Backend development, it's where all the real magic happens. But how do you actually build a career in it? What is it really like to start as a backend developer and eventually lead teams as a tech lead? Today, we are diving deep into that journey. Welcome back to our second episode of our tech series, where we bring in real professionals from the tech world to share their experiences, challenges, and career paths to help you learn and grow in your own journey.
Yeah.
Today, we are joined by Surya. She started her career as a backend developer and is now working as an engineering lead. She has been the technical and leadership side of software development, and her story is packed with insights you don't want to miss it. Hello, Surya. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Priyanka. So glad to be here.
That's really nice. So let's start with our questionnaire round.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first question is, let's start at the beginning. What pulled you into backend development specifically? Was it the logic, the system, or something else?
I think it's the logic because I've always loved Max. So I thought probably backend is more of analytical thinking and logical thinking. So I was like naturally drawn towards it. Plus, after college, I think the role I landed right in was backend developer. And after that, I just wanted to stay in because I was so scared of CSS and padding and margin. So I was like, let me just stick to what I know. So I just stuck with backend.
That's really nice
Yeah.
because I think most of the people they want to go into the front end, but you chose
Yeah.
backend.
Backend.
That's a really nice answer. Okay, what were your early days like as a backend developer? What kind of projects or technologies did you work with?
Yeah. So straight after college, I joined a very big e-commerce marketplace company. It was an eye opener for me because the team was full of senior leaders in the industry. So I learned a lot from them. I think it formed like a foundation for me for my entire career journey. Every day seeing them solving problems on a massive scale. I think you get that insights early on as to how to build products for future. So that was very good. I think after that, after spending a couple of years in large MNCs, I
Mhm.
switched to startups. So that also gave me lots of real life skills, like how to be very responsible, how to like plan things on your own, etc., etc. So I think, yeah, I think it's a mix of opportunities that I got that led me to who I am right now.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually really nice if you get the opportunity in the beginning of your career. It always grows you as a person and as a professional.
The colleagues that you work with, you learn a lot from them without you knowing so much.
Right. That's
It
right.
just stays in your mind. It helps you wherever you need it. So it's good.
Okay. So for someone who wants to start in backend today, okay, for example, a fresher, or for example, someone is planning to transition or changing their profile from backend, sorry, from front end to backend, or from product to backend, something like that. What would you suggest them to follow? Like, what is there any roadmap for that you would suggest them to follow?
I think be very strong in foundations. First, learn. Like, for example, we would have thought data structures that we learned in college is useless. It's actually not. You might use it in different ways in your life. You might not realize it. So, start with foundation. Start with whenever you're given a problem, first think through it properly. Do not jump into conclusions or solutionizing too early on.
Mhm.
Like, learn the foundations. Like, try to build an app yourself. Get your hands dirty. For example, try to build your APIs, try to connect to a database, try to write your queries. Be very strong in foundation. That's what is going to help you and that's what is going to set you apart from the other people in the industry. Like, be very thorough with your solutions. That's the advice I would give for anybody who's going to get into backend.
That's right. I think foundation is the key to success.
Correct.
Otherwise, you cannot
Also,
do anything.
pick one language when you're starting. Like, do not, because the world is full of languages right now. Like,
Right.
pick one framework, one language. For example, you pick Ruby or Rails. Like, pick Ruby on Rails first,
Mm.
or pick Golang, or even pick the good old Java. Like, stick to one, master it. Then it's easy for you to jump into another language because it's all the same framework. I mean, mostly the same. If you learn one, it's easy to jump into another. But don't get your hands dirty into multiple languages. You'll get confused, and you'll not reach anywhere. So just be very thorough on what you're going after.
Yeah. Whatever you are learning, learn it with full dedication.
Yeah.
I think I absolutely agree with you, Surya. Okay. What are some backend tools, frameworks, or languages you think every aspiring dev should know in 2025?
I think some languages have become really popular. Like good old Java is still there.
Right.
Ruby on Rails is very popular. Golang and Rust is also emerging. So Rust is also a very good framework. So yeah, I would say Golang, Rust, Ruby. Like if you want to get into backend, or if you're looking at very big companies that you want to go after, Java. Probably still stick to Java a little bit.
I know a lot of big companies they are still using Java.
They're
They're
still
not.
using Java and they are still hiring Java developers. We thought it'll become obsolete, but it's not.
Yes, right.
And it's also nice to learn backend from Java because you will go to the fundamentals. So it's easy to adapt other like server side application frameworks very easily if you know the fundamentals of Java.
Mm.
But yeah, any new framework should be fine, but just go into it, go deep into it. Also, you should know how to deploy your app. It's not
Right.
only about building. Developers right now are also expected to do DevOps.
Mm.
Like it is part of the job. So you should also know how to like Dockerize your app, deploy it in your Kubernetes environment. You should also know it end to end. So whatever you're trying hands on, try it end to end. Is my advice.
That's true. The more you learn or like the old concepts you know,
Correct.
I think it's always helps to build your career.
Correct.
What does your day-to-day role like now as a lead? How different is it from time as an individual contributor?
I think individual contributor is like a cakewalk. Like you will be given a task. You just have to focus on the task. Make sure you get it right. Quality is great. All the test cases are passing. Like everything end to end, you should just be done with it and done. Like you can just hand it over and go on. But as a lead, it's different because you are working with a group of colleagues. You are responsible for mentoring them, guiding them, making sure there are no blockers, making sure you're prioritizing well along with the PM, making sure it aligns with the business needs, also manage the tech debt backlog. So it's a combination of multiple things. It is also very interesting, but it also has a managerial aspect to it where you manage the people and make sure everybody in the team is happy. At the same time, delivering output.
I think you should always take care of your colleagues or your
Yeah.
juniors that they're
Yes.
doing good in
Yeah.
your at their job.
Correct.
Oh,
That really
like you
helps.
are fulfilling all your lead duties.
Correct. I think if everybody in the team is happy, you will automatically get the output. You just have to make sure everybody is happy. Yeah.
Okay, looking back, what helped you grow from developer to team lead? Was it something you consciously worked toward?
Yeah, I mean, it did not happen overnight. I think it happened over the few years. I think what helped me early on is my managers had the trust on me to like give me responsibilities and they did not micromanage or they did not do anything. They just trusted me to do the work end to end.
Mm.
So, like, from the problem solving phase until the implementation is done, until the deployment is done, everything was on me. Like, they did not like micromanage. So, that gave me that confidence early on that I could do something like this when I grow into that role. So, when I transitioned into a tech lead role, of course, it was a bit easier
Mm.
because I knew that I could do it. And plus, also, it was the manager support and the other team member support and all that. I think
Yeah.
what I would say is just be very proactive and very responsible. Understand that you're 100% responsible for the work you're doing. So,
Mm.
like nobody, you should not wait for somebody to come and ask you for something. You should always be proactive, telling them deadlines, like telling them where you are in any implementation journey, etc., etc. So, I think if you're a self starter, you're sorted for this role.
I think it's always that how your seniors are supporting you. It really helps you grow in your career path.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, in addition to that, I want to ask what challenges did you face in the transition to leadership and what skills did you have to learn that were not technical?
I think it's communication and collaboration is like one of the most common things we have. Like
Mm.
as an individual contributor, you're like focused on your work. You just do you're in a cocoon, do the work and go on. But team lead is not like you have to inform the stakeholders on any blockers or any delays or
Mm.
and if you're deploying something or if you're releasing something, you also have to inform the stakeholders. Make sure they're all aligned on the new process and all that. Communication also within the team. Make sure everything is communicated properly, like blockers are communicated properly, so all that. I think communication is a major skill outside of like technical stuff that I've had to learn and practice to like make sure this role is smooth enough.
Right, that's right. Okay, what would you say to a developer who's thinking about moving into leadership or lead role someday?
I would say do not rush. Like do not always think about the career ladder. It will come like when the time is right. Just keep putting in your efforts.
Right.
Day to day, measure yourself. Check if you're like improving on a day to day basis.
Mm.
That the job you're doing today was better than the job that you were doing 3 months back. Has your quality of work improved? Are you
Yes.
using the new tools, new AI to evolve yourself?
Mm.
How are you progressing in your career? Just keep a watch on yourself and leave the rest to everybody. I mean, leave the rest to the company or whoever. It'll
Right.
happen when the time happens. Do
Hmm.
not be in a rush or do not get demotivated thinking, oh, I am still a lead. I was still a lead like 10 years back, but you're a better lead now. So there
Right.
is always a growth in yourself. So just focus on the growth.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Surya. I think you are on the right path. You are doing everything in your capacity and capability to, grow your team and to guide them into a right path.
Thanks.
Okay. So my next question is, what are some backend interview questions or challenges that you think freshers should be prepared for?
I think solid foundation. As I said earlier, try to build an app yourself before you approach any interview.
Right.
You should know end to end of the journey. Like starting from planning to implementation to deployment, everything should be tried out. So be strong in at least one framework. That will automatically give you the confidence to like crack any interview and get into the role.
I think that's enough to start your career as a
Correct.
fresher.
And also brush up on your design principles. First, when you do the problem solving, make sure the design is 100% right, or at least 90%. Like get your entity relationship models right. Think about how your tables will be structured. Think about how your APIs will be structured. How what will be the routes? What will your controller do? What will your model do? Like be very thorough with details like this.
Mhm.
Even if you like screw up a little bit on the coding, it's still fine.
Yeah.
The design should be perfect because coding is still fine. You can refer to it and do it or whatever. But the first initial architecture and design should be perfect. So try to master that before getting into like the next step.
Yeah, that's right. So my next question is related to system design. How
Okay.
important is system design at the entry level and when should someone start learning it?
It is very important. I think right after college, you should know everything because we, of course, learn in college. Even otherwise, like do courses to learn how to do entity relationship or how to design tables. Like we have different methodologies, how to index your tables, how do you write performance tuned queries, like do learn database tuning. All these are very important because on when you work on a scale, this
Mhm.
is what matters, nothing else. Like performance is what matters. It's
Yeah,
okay if the code is a little bit here and there because you can always do it via tech. It's not like a huge deal breaker, but your queries and performance should be up to the mark. So I
yeah,
would say like take time to actually think through and spend time to learn design properly.
yeah.
And if you do that, I think half your problems are solved.
Mm. That's right. I think you should know your at least the basic
Correct.
concept to get into something, right? You should always know your things before jumping into something else. If you want to learn something in the back end, you have to know the basics
Yeah,
and the foundation.
master the foundation. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. How do you recommend beginners build real world backend experience? Personal projects, freelancing, internship, projects you have already mentioned.
Contribute to open source, like go through all the open source projects that are there, check what interests you, and contribute to them. And also, yeah, try to get as many internships as possible. Even if it's not going to pay you, it's still fine. Like
Yes.
try internships, like with the big companies, like approach them, somehow get the internship. That will really help you. And also, if you don't get something, it's still fine. Do some courses and try to build it hands on. Eventually, probably you might land into a freelancer role or something where you can learn, and
Hmm.
then you can start applying into a real like role. So yeah, there are, I think, compared to what we had 10 years back, we have so many opportunities now.
Yeah, that's
Earlier
right.
we used to like reach out to companies, like send them emails. Now it's all very easy, I feel. Like there are so many courses, there are so many freelancer jobs that you can do.
Yeah.
Opportunities are like endless right now. So this is the best time to like get your hands dirty.
Yeah. Like you said, I also remember sending emails to big
Yeah.
companies that, okay, just give me
Then
the
waiting for a
internship.
reply to see if we yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Mhm.
do it for free if
Yeah.
you want. You don't pay me anything, but give me the internship in your company. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are some common mistakes or myths about backend development that you wish more people knew?
I think a lot of people think backend is just those CRUD APIs, create, read, update, delete. It's not. It's much more than that. Like it's just CRUD is just an interface. Like if you go inside it, there is so much complex logic, so much database
Hmm.
queries and performance optimization that is happening. Like when you take microservice versus monolith, like there are so many microservices. When in a microservice world, you have to worry about messaging between services. There are so many like design principles applied in real life that people may not know. They all think it's just the APIs, but it's not. It's more than that. I think
Hmm.
it's very interesting if you get into it.
Yeah, that's right. If someone new to tech, what three actionable things should they try doing today to get into backend development? Like you mentioned, design system should be there, build
Learn
their
SQL.
app.
I think learn SQL for sure. Like work on Postgres or some SQL DBs.
Mhm.
Study your queries and pick one language and framework and master it.
Mm.
And yeah, build an app. That I think that's more than enough to get you started into
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I think a few points you have already mentioned, but also learn SQL.
Correct.
Okay, so my next question is, how has backend development evolved in the last few years? Are there any trends that are changing how backends are built?
I think the biggest change is in terms of productivity. I think now
Mhm.
it's very easy to learn something and use it. I think earlier when they want to even do a patch update, they used to go into the servers and do a manual patch update. Now it's all serverless. I mean the servers are there everywhere, distributed. It's Cloudflare. You can literally run your code in edge networks. I mean it's so much more advanced. Also comes with a better responsibility of security. I mean there are other things to focus on, which we did not have to worry so much back then, but there is also a massive productivity change. Like if you want to learn something and adapt into new stuff, it's very easy right now. It wasn't back then. You have to like learn from a senior,
Mhm.
go through the books, understand, and then do it. Now it's not this case. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's evolving a lot. Like rapidly, new frameworks are coming in that are easy to build and deploy.
Mhm.
Like the things problems that we had with Java is not there with the new frameworks.
Yes.
In terms of debugging, it's very easy. I think it's rapidly evolving.
Yeah. Also, the AI is there,
Yeah,
So,
is there? Yeah,
yeah. So, my next question is related to AI.
yeah.
AI is rapidly changing the tech landscape. In your opinion, how is it impacting backend development specifically? Are we seeing a shift in how systems are designed or kind of work backend engineers do?
I mean, it's massively helping the developers. I think across every company, I think everybody has a KPI right now. To use one AI tool, we also use a couple of AI tools. It really helps. More time is focused now on the design, less
Mhm.
on the development,
Mhm.
which is good because you can move fast in a company. And your productivity is like 10x right now if you use AI. So it's definitely helping. And
Mhm.
plus, also, if you raise a pull request, for example, there are bots, AI
Right.
bots that can run in your pull request, find bugs before you push it to staging and give it to QA, which is great. I mean, it reduces the time for testing, and testers can focus on automation more. It gives them time to focus on automation, reducing manual testing. So, all that is, I think, great in the long run.
Mhm. Okay, as a leadership point of view, are you encouraging your team to learn and adopt AI tools?
Correct. It's part of the KPIs. I think each one has to use at least one AI tool across teams. It's not only engineering. Any team that you take in a company, I think we have a KPI, even in ours.
Yeah. Okay, and how much it is increasing the development speed or productivity using the AI tools?
I think on a sprint level, I would say 5x if you use on a day to day basis as well. Earlier, if we were developing two features, I think we built 10 right now. It is definitely improving. Definitely helps with writing test cases, unit tests,
Hmm.
even with level of coding. You don't have to do the mundane job. Like, for example, this CRUD API, you don't have to do mundane stuff right now because AI will do it. You can
Right.
focus on the difficult task right now. Like, focus your thinking on that. Let AI take care of the rest.
Yeah. Even for building, I remember frameworks I was doing a few days back, and I wanted to build a framework which I like never worked on. And I asked AI to create everything and run a test case, and it did a great job. I didn't even write a single line of code into that.
See, otherwise we would have spent so much time in setting up the environment early on. Now it's all easy. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think wherever the time can be cut is being cut by AI, which is good.
Hmm. Okay. Do you think that using the AI these days, automation impacting backend developers or the roles, that maybe not these many openings because half of the work is done by AI these days? Do you think that people will be losing their job?
I don't think so. I mean, AI will not make the roles obsolete. Definitely no. But I think if you don't adopt AI, for sure, yes, there is a chance that your role is going to get obsolete or you are going to be let go because AI is part of the part of the life right now.
Hmm.
So either you have to adapt and move fast, help the company grow,
Hmm.
or I think you will be out. But it's not going to like completely replace your job. We still need humans to think
Yeah, that's right.
problems. AI is not going to do everything.
Hmm. I think that's right. I absolutely agree with you, Surya. Okay, so I have one question. In your experience, does a degree from a top college still matter today or has it become the bigger priority?
No, I don't think so. I think 10 years back when we did it, it really mattered. The college that you went to, the course you did, and the CGPA that you got.
Mhm.
This doesn't matter right now. I think the courses and the opportunities are endless right now. If you
Right.
have the grit to go and learn and jump into something, you are the guy. I
Yeah,
think
that's right.
constant learning is what is needed right now. Plus self starter. If you're a self starter, you are going after challenges. You are the person that everybody is looking for.
Yeah, because I remember our time. If you are an IITN or you're from big colleges,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you will get good placements, companies, you can grow your career very fast. But like if you're from a small college, you have to go give interviews. They might reject you, they might select you in a very lower pay. But
Yeah.
now time has changed.
No longer the case. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. What's your one piece of advice you always give to your junior developers?
I think be thorough with your solutions. Think about all the edge cases. Do not jump into conclusions very easily. There is always a chance that you have missed out something. So just think through all the edge cases. What can break in production? Because you might think that you've done everything, but there is always something that will break in production.
That's right.
So just think about the problem or the solution from different angles. Like if you're the end user, if you're the QA, if you're the developer, if you're the product manager, what will they think? And think about all the edge cases and make sure everything is solved. It's okay if it takes a bit more, like a day more or a two more.
Yeah, that's right.
Just make sure your solution is clean.
Hmm. Okay, I think that's fine. You can take more days, get the good job done.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I have another question. Any tools, courses, or YouTube channels or books you recommend for the backend learners these days?
I think there are so many on the internet right now. When it comes to books, I think a couple of them that I read long ago. There is a
Mhm.
book called The Pragmatic Programmer that I used to love. Somebody gifted to me when I was in college. It's very good. And also there is a designing data intensive applications.
Mhm.
Those who are the beginners if you want to get into programming.
Mhm.
But amazing. I think apart from that, the courses, there are so many courses in Coursera, like AI based or whatever. Like if you pick a language, I
Mhm.
think you will find the courses. Yeah, like some top rated courses you can pick from the internet and do it.
Yeah, that's right. And also the books are always there. You can
Yeah.
learn much more than anything.
Books are written by like veterans, like long ago. And even if you read them today, it will still have the same value. So I think it's great.
Mm. That's right. I have a last question just for fun. Any
Yeah.
funny or unforgettable moment that from your early career days you can share?
Oh my god, yeah. Like I remember when I joined the first company, all the GitHub repositories were private. I
Mhm.
didn't know that. I mean, instead of cloning, I did a fork and it forked into my public.
Oh my god.
So the notification went to the entire team. It was so funny. I cannot forget until now that even now and before I click on that fork, even for open source, I'm like very particular
Yeah.
thinking what will happen. Yeah, it was funny.
Oh,
Thank
that.
God I was nothing happened. But yeah, it sent
I,
a panic across the company.
yeah, I think that's really funny,
Yeah.
Surya. Don't do it again. Okay, so this was our session, and thank you so much, Surya, for sharing your incredible journey from writing backend logic to leading teams. Your story is truly inspiring for anyone looking to grow in tech.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having me. I had a great time. I hope there are more backend developers coming into the industry. Thank you.
If you find this episode helpful, hit the like button, share it with someone thinking about backend development, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. This is just episode 2 of our tech series. In episode 3, we'll dive more into new tech roles, career transitions, and technologies shaping the future. See you there. Thank you so much.